Tell me how this film came together. When did you know it was happening?
I knew it was happening when Nick Stoller, on the set of Forgetting Sarah Marshall, pulled me to one side, not for the first time, and for once didn't say, Russell, can I film your arse? But instead said, would you like to make a subsequent film with Jonah Hill based on your incredible chemistry with him? I said, yes, I would. When is it going to be? He said it would take ages and ages and ages and ages and ages. Then I waited for all that time, and it did happen. And it was very exciting and gratifying.
But it didn't take ages.
It did. When was Sarah Marshall made?
A couple of years ago.
2001. When was this made? Just about 10 minutes ago. It took ages.
Tell me, what did you think of the script when you received? I mean, I remember you telling me that you've always wanted to play a rock star.
Yeah, really, it's very, very gratifying because playing a rock star is exciting. It's more exciting than what I do, being a stand-up comedian. So it's a real step up the ladder for me. Next, I'd like to play either an astronaut who for some reason won't cut his hair, or someone from the old days that fights ghosts or something, who also won't cut their hair.
How did you prepare the role?
Mostly with Nick Stoller, he talks you through things that he thinks might be useful from your past. Just because you can think of any stories that might be helpful. Then he writes down those stories, turns them into drama, and makes them funny and everything, and that's it. I mean, I also watched proper rock stars.
What's fun about everyone dreams about being a rock star. Why is that?
Escape. People dream about being a rock star because of the escape, because of the power, because of the sexual potency. All of us want to be more sexy. That's why consumerism works. Buy these shoes, it'll make you sexy. Buy this car, it'll make you sexy. Buy this washing machine, it'll make you sexy. So being a rock star, you're already sexy. You don't need the car, the washing machine, the shoes. So that's why it's good.
What kind of a rock star is Aldous?
Sexy. Aldous Snow is really sexy. He's a big sexy lizard man with a scaly lizard winky.
How much of you is there in Aldous?
Just the scaly lizard winky. No, there's obviously a crossover because of the way that Judd Apatow makes his films, and Nick Stoller, one of the key practitioners of the Judd Apatow method of using actors' personal histories and improvisational abilities to create character. So there's a lot of me in the character, of course. He's different though because Nick Stoller was always directing me. Russell, stop doing that. Do it like this. Stuff he'd say like that.
And how much improvising went on? Because everyone's been telling me there was constant improvising.
People are always improvising. In the end, we think, oh, stop improvising. And then I'd improvise a response to that. Hey, why should I stop improvising? I go, that's not in the script.
What can you tell me about your relationship with pretty much the opposite? Aaron Green couldn't be more opposite to Aldous.
That's why it's funny. People that are opposite to each other, forced to be in a situation together, that is a comedic archetype, We're a double act. So so there's a lot of conflict because he's worried or something and I'm a reckless Dionysian, bacchanalian, up for it kink monster.
But that leads to a friendship.
Yes, that's right, because I think it was Paula Abdul who first said, opposites attract. I'm Paula Abdul, you're a cartoon cat. We stay together because opposites attract. I'm Paula Abdul, you're a cartoon cat. We stick together because opposites attract.
What about Jonah? He's such a lovely guy. I remember you telling me on set that you were really enjoying working with him.
Yeah, I'd like to comfortably I wish he was in here. I wish I could get Jonah Hill under my leather blanket and just give him a big hug. But he's over there and I can't get him. And that frustrates me, Jose, more than I can ever admit.
What about all the performing and the singing? That's you. Have you surprised yourself?
I was very pleased with how it went. It was like doing karaoke, but with everyone forced to listen and forced to promote it and dress you in nice clothes. It was brilliant. I'm very pleased with the singing, but to be honest, I was just the cherry on top of a great big sexy cake made of Jonathan Karp, Lyle Workman, Mike Viola, Jarvis Cocker, Carl Barat, and of course, who could forget, it's Captain Penis himself, Jason Segel, a man who uses his penis the way other people use the word hello. Just as an introduction, hello, here's my penis. I'm Jason Segel. Penis.
What about working with Sean Combs? I think he's hilarious in the movie.
I love him. I love Sean P. Diddy Combs. He's one of the most influential, manipulative, powerful men I've ever met. I think he could make you do anything just by asking you. I was washing his car till 3 a.m. last night.
What about if I ask you to give me a little bit of a song from the movie? Can you do that?
If P. Diddy Combs did, I would do it. But if you do it, I'll just disappear under my leather blanket. What song?
Whatever you want.
That's my favourite.
Now that you've stepped a bit into the music industry,
Yep.
and God, how real is this? How real is this movie?
Really real, isn't it?
Well, it felt real to me.
I think it will go down as a historical artefact. I think scholars, alien scholars in 5,000 years will look at this film as a document and say, well, this is what humankind was like in 2010. And then they'll go and transmute back to this planet.
Would you like to come back to the character?
Yes. In 5,000 years, for the alien archaeologists, I would like to perform for them in a show for their children, a school play for aliens.
What is Nick like as a director?
Brilliant. He's compassionate and a warm man. He's very funny and he laughs a lot. He loves comedy very, very passionately. He's articulate. He's got a very clear vision. He's got a lot of very, very fine qualities, necessary qualities for a director. I think he's wonderful.
What about working in all those different locations? I mean, that's a rare treat. You were in London.
Is it a rare treat?
It is. London, New York, Vegas.
I want a rare treat.
Tell me a bit about that experience of travelling with the movie and going to all those real locations.
Good, it was. But in the end, like the cliche of being in a rock and roll band, it's Wednesday, it must be Boston or whatever. It's like that in the end. It all just becomes a giddy geographic blur. You don't know where you are. You're bouncing around in all sorts of different regions, but you scarcely have time to look out the window.
But you were here performing. Can you
remember.
tell us a bit about that?
They caught me on fire. There was a wall of sparks. They did a pyrotechnical stunt. I think they were all drinking, and they set me on fire with sparks. It really burned, but it wasn't that bad. I was able to milk it for a 10-minute lay down. And then people came up and went, "We're really sorry about this, Russell." And I went, well, it's bad setting someone on fire. And then I got a lot of attention, so it was quite good.
Russell, now that you've played a rock star twice, would you like to be one?
Yes. I think from now on, I'd like people to just treat me like a genuine rock star. And from now on, I'd like a helicopter and just to be treated with a great deal of respect. I'd like some mollycoddling. I want some yes men. I want sycophancy by the bucket load. I want my every dream to be met. I'm going to get a pet chimp.
I only want to ask you about your co-star who plays Jackie Q, who's hilarious and
Rose
great.
Byrne.
Yes.
She's gorgeous. I'd like to wrap her up in cling film and then just spit down it